Hello, everybody, and welcome to my Sunday show. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jennifer. I am a professional psychic. I've been doing this for 20 years. I do a show on my channel every Wednesday and every Sunday. Sunday is more of a fun, chill out vibe. Wednesday is a little bit more, we have a theme and we have a purpose, we have a meditation. So today is Sunday. It is a great time to just hang out, chill, have fun, and do like a little positive vibes before your new week begins. So I just want to say welcome to everybody. I also want to say that I have a new co-host now. Erica is still going to be here on Wednesdays. She's still our girl for Wednesdays, but I have a brand new co-host that is going to be with us tonight. And this is the doctor, everybody. So everybody, welcome to the doctor. He is here and he is going to be in our midst to help on Sundays. So give a round of applause or like a little heart or something. And I just wanted, you can introduce yourself if you want to, doctor.
Gee, thanks. I'm not used to this. I'm a little bit nervous. You know, I have a face for radio, so I've been trying to do and practice all week to make sure that I look good for everybody. Good evening.
Nah, you have a face for TV. Don't even stress about that. I'm just trying to take care of a little bit of housekeeping while we're waiting for people to kind of matriculate in. But I'm super glad that you guys are all here, and I hope that you all had a good weekend. Oh shoot! Sorry guys. Pardon me. Now you guys know how much of a delay there is. So I just wanted to ask you guys, how was your weekend? How did things go for you guys since our last show on Wednesday? And is there anything fun or interesting that you are looking forward to in this coming week? And that is what I would like to know. So I hope that you guys had a good week. I had a really good week. I'm in a really good mood. I'm going to be honest with you guys. There are times before the show where I'm like, I just don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to put on makeup. I don't feel like being around people. But you guys always make me in a good mood once I get off my butt and do it. But today I was so in the mood to be here. I was in the mood. I was excited. So I'm super glad to be with you guys. And I'm super glad that we're all together and excited about life. So I want to just talk to you guys about, what's going on in your life, how you guys are feeling, anything new or exciting to be around. I don't know why I have a frog in my throat. Excuse me. But I also, later on in the show, I want to have like a segment where we talk about something and debate it a little bit. It's something that's sort of like a hot topic, something that is going to be fun and interesting. Hopefully you guys like it. It's just for fun. I know that sometimes these Sunday shows go into random directions. So I just wanted to say that is something to look forward to. So Doctor, is there anything in the comments that I need to know about?
We're working on technical difficulties at this time. Please stand by, and we will get you the information that you requested. Thank you.
Darn it! I don't even have any fun hold music to listen to. But while we're waiting, and don't worry, the pick a card readings are going to start soon, as well as the giveaways. But I wanted to ask you guys a legitimate question. I was wondering what you guys would think about the idea of me getting half of my head shaved. Like, see this side of my hair? It looks really pretty and like nice and it falls good. This side of my hair, dumpster fire. And so I was wondering, like, what do you think? Should I just like shave it off? That's why I did this hairstyle tonight, like to kind of give you guys like a sneak preview of what it might look like if I got this done. And I don't know if it's like a good idea, bad idea. I'm curious what you guys have to say. It is definitely a little bit more of a look than I'm used to. and I don't know if it's a good move, but I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say about it. So you guys can weigh in on that. That's not the hot topic. That's just something that I'm curious to kind of get your opinions on.
There's a resounding capital letter N-O, followed by another N-O, followed by another N-O from one of your viewers, which, Diana should remain nameless, so we won't mention that. Brianna, who also has a college radio show and is involved with that in her college.
Oh, nice.
Good. Jennifer Leighton is going, no, no. And it's like, yeah, so I think we're getting a resounding no. Even the people who are saying yes really mean to say no. So, yeah, I think the answer is no. As for me, my opinion,
yeah.
And we're back to you.
You guys don't think that this could be a look for me? You don't think this is like a cute look that I could pull off? I don't know. I'm very nervous about the idea, but it's just something I was thinking of. I get crazy. I do crazy things with my hair. It's just a thing that I have. Like, it'll be different colors. It'll be different lengths. I just do different weird things. But this side of my hair is just not cooperating with me on a weekly basis. And so I thought, like, maybe we should just get rid of it. So thank you guys for your feedback. I really appreciate it. We're going to start the show off right, and we're going to do our first giveaway. So I wanted to ask you guys before we start the giveaway, if you have any ideas, any suggestions for pick-a cards for this evening, you can definitely feel free. I love it when you guys give suggestions, whatever they are. We can kind of work around them. But I like to hear that stuff from you guys. But in the meantime, just let me know, basically, going on, any ideas of that. But we're going to start the giveaway now. So let's start out with our first giveaway. So there's a couple of rules I want to talk to you guys about. You have to be 18. You have to be from the United States. And you have to subscribe to this channel. This is a really fun channel. You'll have a great time. You won't regret it. We're up to 1,030 something subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you guys so much. And so here's the first giveaway. If you can tune in, use your own psychic instincts and your own psychic gifts to let me know the card, whatever card this is. It's going to be a major arcana card, and it is, a major arcana card. So if you guys let me know what card this is, then you will win 10 minutes psychic reading with me. So you guys may put your answers. You have to answer one at a time, but you can answer as many times as you want to. And that's that. We're going to start out with a basic psychic reading or pick a card reading until your suggestions come in. And that is going to be basically what your week is going to look like. This is just a generalized reading to start us off. So what is your week coming to look like? We're on Sunday, the beginning of the week. Let us see. So I'm going to use these little fairy tale cards because I just think they're adorable. And I think they're like a good general deck for doing a reading like this that's more generalized. Of course, we can get more crazy as time goes by. And the doctor has all of the giveaway answers, so he will let me know when we have a winner, as well as any comments or anything. Oh, actually, I apologize, guys. Let me put something up here that I didn't have. Give me 1 second. I forgot to have this up. I'm using this software as like a double duty kind of thing. And so, there we go. There we go. So this way it explains what's going on with you guys. So I have, in case anybody is here for the first time, I'm legally blind. I'm not reading my own comments. I have a thing in my ear right here. And the doctor is going to be monitoring the chat, answering your questions, not your psychic questions, but any like stream related questions, as well as reading me your comments. So that's what's going on tonight. And he'll be dealing with any haters and hooligans. Not that we ever get really any, very rarely. So let's start out with our first reading. And while I'm shuffling the cards and getting myself together, I'm going to open the door to you, the doctor, and let me know if anybody has any comments or if we have a winner yet.
Brianna doesn't cut her hair, and so that's kind of nice to know that some people believe in cutting hair, don't cut hair. Some cultures actually keep their hair long as a matter of just, a belief system. So I think it's kind of neat. Long hair has always been kind of cool, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There are several guesses that have been coming through regarding the first giveaway, and nobody's got it yet, so keep those guesses coming, everybody.
Oh, cool. Awesome. All right, guys. Let's get this reading. This first reading, again, is just your basic run-of-the-mill, what is your week going to be like? And for those of you who are, curious, inquiring minds want to know, here is what your week is going to be like. Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse for some reason. I'm not sure why. Let me just get these cards in order. All right. We don't do upside down cards on this channel. I just don't like them. It's just not my thing. All right, so here we go. The question is, how do they get upside down? If I never do upside down cards, how do they get upside down? I don't know. I guess little trolls come in and mess.
Cards. That's why they do that.
Oh, that's true. So, okay, guys, this is going to be a pick a card on what your week is going to be like. So let's begin. This is deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. So all you guys need to do is take a moment, take a breath, close your eyes, and then think about which deck you want to choose. Which deck is calling out to you the most? Again, deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. All right, guys, let's begin. First reading of the night. Can you feel the energy? Can you feel the excitement? Deck number 1. Ooh, deck number 1, deck number 1. I'm excited for you, deck number 1. You are going to get a very big yes this week. So whatever it is that you've been waiting for, whatever it is that you're kind of like looking for verification, whether it's a promotion, whether it's a new, somebody saying yes in a relationship, whatever that yes is, you're going to be getting it this week. This first card right here, this tree, this is all about growing, blooming, blossoming, but it's also about that you've been investing for a long time. These roots are deep. This is something that's been on your mind and that you've been working toward for quite a while. This card right here, this rider, this is like a swift action. This is a messenger that's coming your way. This is happening quickly, and this is like a solid kind of message coming your way. And this other thing, this book, I feel like this is again about a verification, like things in writing, getting like that solid written down thing, but it's also about the depth and energy that you've put into this, that this is something that is a reward, this is something that is a milestone. So this is a very positive thing. So deck number 1, you about to have a good week. Deck number 2, let's see what's going on for you. Deck number 2, deck number 2, deck number 2, deck number 2, deck number 2. You've been having a hard time lately, deck number 2. I feel like there's been some tension in your life. I feel like you've been at odds with somebody. I'm not sure if it's like a relationship or if it's a friendship or family relations, but I feel like you've just been struggling. And I don't even like to use the word struggle, but you've been having a hard time. And the sense that I get here is this cross right here, this cross. This represents not only like a struggle and a hard time and, suffering, to be honest, but it also represents sort of a blockage in your life and like feeling stuck. So the second thing that I'm getting right here is this ring card. And this ring is about commitments. And it's about feeling like you're committed to this situation that you're stuck in. And it's also about things being cyclical. So the same cycle happening over and over and over again. And so you're just really in a bad space. And then again, it's going to be a rough week. I'm so sorry. It's not like your whole week is going to be rough. Just dealing with this situation is going to be rough. So these mice, these mice represent kind of negative energy that's being multiplied. So it's like that little mouse that gets in your house and then breeds and then has like a bunch of mice, and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of mice in your house and you're having issues. That's kind of what's going on. So here's what I want to say to you, deck number 2. Center yourself. Pick your battles. Decide whether or not this person is really somebody that you need to be committed to, really somebody that you need to be on this journey with. Maybe it's time to take some space. Maybe it's time to just, focus on you a little bit more and give it some time. I feel like this is going to be a rough week. It doesn't mean the relationship is going to end. It doesn't mean that there has to be an end if you don't want there to be an end. Just know that this is going to be a particularly rough week. Almost treat it like a Mercury retrograde situation where you just kind of hold your tongue and you just pick your battles. It's not really, it's a situation that could get a lot worse the more you feed into it. And you just want to think about where the repeating patterns are that you've been making. Whoa, do you guys hear that truck outside? Somebody is revving up their engine. It's like the Dukes of Hazzard's up in here. So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I can hear it so loud. It's like, so deck number 3. So basically deck number 2, it's going to be okay. Just this is a time to keep still, be a little bit more centered, pick your battles, and really think about what role this person plays in your life. Are they really somebody you want to keep around? And, what patterns you might have to break in order to change this situation. You're in control more than you think you are, is basically what I want to say. Okay, deck number 3. Please be a good deck. Please be a good deck. Oh, actually it is a good deck. Okay, well, sort of. Deck number 3, I feel you've had some disappointments lately. And I feel like that's been a little bit of a challenge. I feel like this is more personal things, like personal struggles, feeling kind of like a failure. But the good news is it's going to get better. I feel like the one thing that I can say is whatever it is you're dreaming about, like not your literal dreams like when you're asleep, but like your dreams, your goals. I feel like you need to bring somebody else in on this. Like, I feel like you're trying to do this all on your own, and it might be a good time to bring somebody else in for advice, for help. Not saying that you have to give them the whole story, but just things that maybe are keeping you back. Like, I really want to have a business, but I don't know how to build a website. So because I don't know how to build a website, I'm not going to start this business. Think about finding somebody that's going to help you with the parts that you're lacking and build a team. It could be 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, and you can segment and compartmentalize those people. But just think about that. I definitely feel that you've been feeling suppressed. Like you don't have enough time in the day and you're just overwhelmed and things have just been more difficult. And I feel like you feel like your dream is getting further and further away from you. And I think that's been a challenge. But this card right here, this is a messenger or a letter. It's your wake up call. It's to tell you like it's not too late. You can still have your dream, whatever that dream is. It could be buying a house, starting a business, finding a relationship, whatever it is. It's not too late. It's going to happen for you. You may need to get some help or some advice. You may need to look at what you lack that you need other people to help you with and build that tribe for yourself. But this is a message to tell you, like, don't give up. Just maybe think about doing things a little bit differently. And so I feel like you may be challenged this week for your dream. You may feel challenged. Somebody may say something that you don't like, but use that as an opportunity to affirm your desires rather than cave to like somebody else being negative about your desires, if that makes sense. So guys, that is the first reading of the show. Doctor. Is it the doctor or is it just doctor? I think it's the doctor. Are there any comments?
I've been enjoying like the world. And congratulations. We do have a winner.
Oh, yay. Who won?
Brianna Nicole, and I'm not going to even attempt it. I need to get a hold of Vanna White to buy at least one more vowel for this one. But congratulations, Brianna Nicole. At 613, you guessed justice correctly.
Congratulations, Brianna. Congratulations. I'm so glad you won. So here is the deal. What you need to do is get in contact with me. Under Psychic Jennifer Moran. It's right over here, wherever it is. You guys see it. This thing is backwards. There it is. I'm backwards to you guys, so everything is mirrored. Anyway, guys. Anyway, Brianna, contact me through Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. I'm on all those places. And under Psychic Jennifer Moran, and we will arrange your 10-minute reading. Congratulations. Are there any comments, or did anybody come up with an idea for a pick a card?
Nobody said anything about a pick a card, and nobody's really actually pointed out or indicated that they had a good weekend, bad weekend. But I can tell you that I'm really happy that Brianna's going to be splitting her cheesesteak with me. So dinner's on the table.
Yes, that's great. You guys are having...
It might be reluctant, but I'm getting cheesesteak.
That's the ticket. All right, guys. So since nobody is helping me out and giving me suggestions, then I'm going to just go on my own and do my own thing. Let's do, let me see. Let's do this. Let's do a reading based on the zodiac. So again, guys, think about those pick a cards that you might want to do. I don't want to be left to my own devices. It's not going to go in a good direction for anybody. Things can get a little weird. So we're going to do a, just a generalized astrology.
Actually, I have to apologize. I missed one in here. Diana did think that the Zodiac would be a good reading, so go for it. Great idea.
Thank you. I was psychically picking up on Diana. So let's do our zodiac. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a very quick rapid fire reading. I love doing these based on the zodiac. I like the zodiac. I think it's fun and interesting to learn about the zodiac. And if you are interested in learning about the zodiac, what I would highly suggest saying to you is don't just learn about your sun sign, learn about all of your signs. I just learned that my Mercury is in Pisces, and honestly, guys, that explains so much about the way I communicate. So you know, the more you learn about where all of your planets are and you know, all the different aspects of your astrology, you'll get a better understanding of yourself. So just for the basics, you know, your sun sign is your outward self, the person that everybody thinks you are. And your moon sign is your inner self, the person that you know that you are. Your rising sign is who you are when people meet you for the first 15 minutes. And your Venus is how you love. Your Mars is how you know, move through life and the actions that you take, and sometimes your temperament. And also your Mercury is how you communicate. I don't, honestly, I'm just going to be so honest with you guys. I don't remember what Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, I don't remember what they are. Just going to be real with you.
That might be fun for a Wednesday night to be able to delve into that a little bit more in depth.
Yeah, I think that that's actually a really good idea.
Hollerin Industries has joined us this evening.
Ooh, welcome to the stream, Hollerin. Cool. Okay, guys, we have 12 cards with us. Wow. And we're going to do a rapid fire astrology. So you guys know your astrology signs. I'm going to start with Aries because Aries is the start of the astrology, and I'm an Aries, and that's just what we're going to do. This is a hard one for me, guys, because, you know, I'm like reading myself as I'm reading you guys, and this is kind of embarrassing. So this is the card for Aries, and it is all about communication, communion, being open. So this is basically a sign to listen more than you speak. And I think that Aries has trouble with this. Aries often will not listen to advice or will not listen if you're trying to explain something to them because they already think like, I know, bitch, I know. You don't have to tell me nothing. And so this is your key, Aries, to start listening. You don't always know everything. You don't have all the answers, and you need to be willing to be a little more open to other, ideas, influences, and, that connection also with the universe. So start listening more than talking. The next one we have is Taurus. Taurus, listen, Taurus, I love you, Taurus. But sometimes you guys get stuck in your ruts, like whether you're feeling lazy or feeling angry or whatever it is. Once you get like into a certain mode, it's very hard to get you out of that mode. And I think sometimes you're very sensitive and you feel things very deeply. But I feel like sometimes all that kind of heavy energy makes you feel helpless, makes you feel hopeless, makes you feel out of control. And this card is telling you like you have so much more power than you think you do. You have so much inside of you. You have so much energy that you can use. Intuition, sensuality, creativity, you're a fighter. There's so much going on under the surface that you're just not exhibiting to other people or to yourself. And this is your kind of time to like shine bright, like really love yourself and shine bright and see your own value and worth and know that you don't have to be stuck in any situation. And this is your thing to like break those whatever it is that you're being upset about. It's your signal to stop being upset about that and focus on something positive that you can focus on about yourself, if that makes sense. Next, we have our Geminis. Gemini, what I'm getting about you right now is that you're having trouble making decisions, and I feel like you're avoiding things. And so I feel like it's really important so here's your card, babes. The mountain. This mountain represents the pile of craziness that you're avoiding because you don't want to deal with it. Gemini, you want to be fluid. You want to have fun. You want to enjoy your life. You want to have, you just want to have fun. You don't want to think about whatever you don't want to think about. I feel like there's stuff that you've been avoiding. I feel like there's a lot of issues that you've been kind of neglecting, and I feel like maybe that's dealing, especially I want to say, with people in your life. I don't really think it's like a mountain of laundry or a mountain of bills. I don't think it's that. I really feel that it's more so like tension between you and a family member, tension between you and your significant other, somebody that you care about. But I feel like this tension has been mounting for a while. They may be wanting to talk to you about it, but you just haven't been open to like talking to them about it. And so this is your time to kind of start stepping up and really resolving the issues. I find a lot of times when I'm just going to be real with you guys. Sometimes I feel really uncomfortable in emotional conversations, like deep emotional conversations, or like anything that I feel might be tense or have tension related to it. I tend to try to avoid, and I like avoid it or put it off. It's just uncomfortable for me, and I don't like to deal with it. So I don't mind dealing with your guys' problems. I'll deal with your guys' problems all day long. I'm totally there, but my own stuff, sometimes I have an issue. So I think that what I've learned from myself is that putting it off creates way more tension, way more negative energy, and way more stress. You're better off to just bite the bullet and just deal with the situation and just try to get that going, be a little more grounded, and be willing to just be real and be honest. Be real and be honest. Face it, because in the long run, you're going to be so much happier. Next, we have Cancers. Cancers in the house. Cancers. You guys, I feel like have been really needing to start taking better care of yourself. I don't do health readings at all. I never do, but I'm just getting that strongly. So I'm just going to say it. You got to start taking care of yourself. This is your time to start quitting your negative habits. This is your time to start getting, how can I say this? I feel like there's something in your life that's going on right now, a negative habit that you need to let go of. Something that is like a vice, whether it's over shopping, whether it's, drinking too much, eating too much, whatever it is. There's a vice that you need to let go of, and this is your time. And I feel like that vice has been a coping mechanism for you for a very long time, and it has sustained you, but it's time to let it go and really let yourself be free. Don't let it hold you back anymore. Because honestly, I feel like it's something that you're kind of ashamed of. And there's no shame. You know, we all have vices. We all have issues. We all have things that we have to worry about. But just this is your time to start taking control and letting that go. What are we up to? Cancer and Leo, right? We're up to Leo. Leo. I feel like right now, Leo, you're being called to a better career, a better situation. I feel like right now it's time to really think about what your talents are. I feel like wherever you are, you're not being appreciated, you're not being utilized, you're not in a good zone. And I feel like you're being called to put some focus and structure in your life to change your career. I feel like you have the goods, but I just feel like you're not being appreciated. And I feel like the uncertainty is something that you have a really hard time with. Any kind of uncertainty. And I feel like that's just a challenge for you. So this is your call to action to start putting your efforts together to change your career so you can be in a place where you're more appreciated and less taken advantage of. I need a sip of water. Whew. Okay. Next we have our Virgos in the house. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Still waters run deep. Virgo, this is also your call to shine. I feel like there's so much that you have going for you that you don't let to the surface because you're afraid of either afraid of looking crazy or afraid of being too much or whatever. But I feel like this is your key to kind of let yourself, what's the word I'm looking for? This is your key to basically let yourself shine a little bit too and not be so afraid of who you are. Like, who you are is amazing. You have so many amazing abilities, skills, talents, and I think that sometimes you are so trying to be humble and so trying to be considerate and thoughtful to other people that you don't always let yourself shine. And I think that this is your call to action to be more willing to get noticed, rather than hiding in the background. This is your chance to kind of step out, get noticed, and that is your thing. Next, we have our Libras in the house. This is definitely a good card for Libras. And this is actually a really nice card. Basically, it's like things are going good for you, Libra. I don't even really have anything to say. You're in a good place. You're pretty happy. I think what I would say to you is sometimes when things are going really, really well and we're just really happy, we tend to like focus on whatever little negative thing. It's like we amplify things. It's almost like psychologically we have to have something to be upset about. And so this is your call to action to start like a gratitude list, really appreciate what you have achieved, where you are in life right now. And the more you appreciate, the more you're going to see that you have things to appreciate. So Libra, this is your call to like breathe, relax, and just start to have that gratitude in your heart. I feel like you already do some of this, but I think you need to do a little bit more of it. But you generally, things are going your way. Like, you're in a good space. Be excited. I want to say to you, the next card that comes up is Scorpios. My Scorpio people, you need to have fun. This is your chance. Lighten up, have fun. This is your chance to do something different. Try something you've always wanted to try, even if you don't know if you're going to be good at it or not. This is about new adventures, new situations, new opportunities. And I feel like this is telling you to lighten that load a little bit. Sometimes you can be very intense and you hold on to a lot, you never forget, and you have a lot of depth to you. And I feel like there's a lot of energy. And there's another word, and I can't think of what that word is, but there's a lot of energy, intensity that comes with you. And I feel like this is your call to action to start to like have fun, do things, whatever that is. Do something that you've never wanted, that you've always wanted to learn, but you're afraid to, whatever that is. I think this is your chance to kind of do some inner child work as well and release some of that kind of, I feel like you're always like bound up or tense, and I feel like this is your chance to release some of that tension by allowing yourself to be more playful and fun and silly. And you don't have to do that in front of anybody, you can do it in private, but I feel like this is your time. Who's next? Who do we have next? We have our Sagittarius. There are people that are next. Sagittarius, I want to say to you this. you are very strong and you're used to being very independent, doing things on your own. You're not afraid to be alone. And I feel like you're always a strong person and a leader, but I feel like you've gotten yourself into a little bit of a rut and you've kind of put your walls up. And I feel like you're very laser focused and single minded on like, I want this, I want to achieve this, this is my thing. And I feel like it's important for you to think about letting go some of that, putting down those walls, allowing yourself to get close to some people. You can be choosy, you can be selective, but I feel like over the next 6 to 8 months, I feel like you're going to have a lot of opportunities to meet and connect with new people, and your life, your circle is going to grow. You're going to have a lot of changes and improvements. And so, just know that that's going to happen for you and be excited about it. And by the way, guys, I know the doctor loves this, but Britney Spears is a Sagittarius. I just had to add that in. Next, we have our Capricorns. Capricorns. You have been through the long, dark winter of life. Things have been very challenging. You've been tested daily on different things. And I'm here to tell you that everything is going to get better. You are going to start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Whatever it is you've been working on, whatever it is you've been just dealing with, there's going to be a change. Things are going to start to open up and get a lot better. So just know that you're in a good zone and things are going to be improving for you. And I feel like you can breathe a sigh of relief, so to speak. Next, we have Aquarius. Our Aquariuses. So Aquarius, again, I feel like, whoa, this card is so funky because of the green screen. I apologize, guys. It's just the sun. Aquarius this is going to be your time to shine as well. A lot of that happening in this zodiac. I don't know what's going on in astrology right now, but this is your time to shine. And this is your time to get noticed. This is your time to shine. This is your time. And I feel like this is about either doing something creative, writing art, doing something that gets your voice out there. You're going to have the opportunities coming your way to make this happen. So just get yourself organized. This is your time. The next we have is our Pisces. And Pisces, we have this wolf. Here's what I want to say to you, Pisces. I feel like your energy has been picking up, and we just had a new moon in Pisces, and we're going to have a full moon in Pisces, I think, soon. I don't know the exact day, but your energy has been really, really, really picking up. Your psychic energy, your intuitive and psychic energy, and I feel like that's just going to get stronger. Don't be scared of it. It's a good thing. It's a positive thing. And if you want to, you can start playing and having fun and testing your skills and abilities. I think that would be a good idea for you. But I feel like that energy that's growing, that your psychic gifts, it's going to really help you a lot. It's going to help you stabilize. It's going to help you feel more centered and grounded. And a lot of times, Pisces, you can get so caught up and swept up in your emotions, get so swept up in your feelings of whatever you're feeling at the moment. Sometimes it's hard to be grounded and centered. And I feel like your energy is building and changing, and you're going to start to see your gifts. As your psychic gifts get stronger, you're going to see more of an opportunity of things to pick up and get better, and things changing and improving, and you're going to start to feel stronger and feel more centered because of your intuitive gifts kind of growing and changing. So that is the zodiac. Pick a card. It's not even a pick a card because you guys didn't get to pick. It's just a rapid fire zodiac reading. That's what I'm going to call it. So let's put these cards back. And do we have any comments or anything that I need to know about?
Most everybody was listening pretty intently from what I could see here. Brianna was pointing out a few times at how accurate the readings are. And Jennifer Leeton had pointed out that you were spot on describing her daughter, and I believe that was in the Cancer descriptions. So
that's great.
Pretty spot on with all of these, with the descriptions of what's been happening. Me as a Virgo, well, yeah, okay. Moving on from there.
It's your time to shine.
Pretty.
All right, guys, it is time for giveaway number 2. So is everybody ready for giveaway number 2? Here we go. I have a stone in my hand right here. This stone. The first person who correctly identifies the color of this stone is going to win a 10-minute reading with me. The rules, I think the doctor put them in the comment section, but I'll just say them real quick for you guys. Gotta be over 18, because let's be real, I'm not talking to a child. You gotta subscribe to this channel because, you know, I'm giving you free time. Subscribe to my channel. And 3, you have to be a United States citizen. I'm sorry about that, but there's a lot of logistics that go into giveaways and worldwide stuff, and I don't know what laws or whatever, and I don't have a lawyer, so that is that. So I wanted to ask you guys again, if you have any ideas for pick your cards, I would definitely appreciate that. But since you don't, we're going to use these right here. These are really great cards. I absolutely love these. And this is like a message from the universe, a message from the universe. And this is going to be our next pick a card. So the doctor knows the answer to the giveaway, so as soon as somebody answers correctly, he will let me know. These cards are absolutely stunning. I absolutely love them to pieces. I highly suggest getting them, especially if you guys like reading your own cards. These are very introspective, and there's something about them that I really enjoy. They were actually a gift from a friend, but I like them. So this is going to be a message from the universe for you. And let's say it's what you need to know right now. So what I want you guys to do is think about a specific situation in your life. Could be love, could be career, could be, you know, whatever it is that you want to think about. Think about a situation in your life, and this pick a card is going to help you resolve that situation. I was feeling hecka hot 2 seconds ago under the lights because it's like really hot in here with all these lights on me. And then the air conditioner just came on, and it was just like this little breeze of happiness. And I was like, oh, thank you. A gift from the universe. We don't have a ladybug in this show, BT dubs. We had one a couple of shows ago. She or he, I don't know. I think our ladybugs, they got to be male and female, right? So I don't know if it was him
they are.
That's what I thought. So him or her was flying around like crazy the other day, but thankfully, hopefully they found their way out of the studio. All right, guys, this is a message for you from the universe. What you need to know about a certain situation. So think about the situation that you need some answers about. Get it in your mind. Relax. And this is going to be specifically a message about what you need to do from the universe about this situation. So we have deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. Again, deck number 1, 2, and 3. And you guys can also keep putting in those giveaway answers, because I don't think we have a winner yet, so keep that going. All right, deck
Not
number
yet.
Cool, thank you. All right, deck number 1. Deck number 1, I want to say that whatever it is that you asked about, it's time to let it go. So you know that song by Kenny Rogers, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and know when to walk away. I feel like this is that message for you. The first card that I got is this Cycles card. And this, again, is about it's cyclical. It's things happening in cycles, the same pattern over and over and over and over again. And this is your call to kind of recognize that pattern and see what part you play in it. The second thing is letting go. And to me, this is about something that you do really need to let go that may not be easy to let go. I'm not sure if it's a job. I'm not sure if it's a person. I'm not sure if it's a house. Whatever it is, it's time to really think about letting go. And it's hard. It's so hard to walk away from something. We all get stuck in our comfort zones, and it's very challenging to walk away from that. But I feel like it's the discomfort you need to change your life. And the next thing is sadness. And this is showing me that if you don't kind of make these moves and you don't notice these issues, you're just going to continue to be on this sad road. And it's time for you to really be honest and be real with yourself. Be as real with yourself as you would be with somebody else. Is a lot of times we're good at giving advice and not good at taking advice. And a lot of times we're good at pointing out other people's flaws and issues and problems and patterns, but we're not always good about pointing out our own. So just be honest with yourself about the changes you need to make. All right, guys, deck number 2. Let's see what's going on with you. Oh, deck number 2. Deck number 2. I feel like the universe is telling you to basically go forward with something, whatever you're trying to do. It's time for you to go forward with this. It's time for you to be really honest and straightforward and go for the gusto. So the first thing is this dream. This is a gorgeous card. Let's just take a second and appreciate the beauty of this card. So pretty. So basically what this is telling me is that there has been something on your mind for a very long time. Something that you've been thinking about, dreaming about, wanting to have in your life. This has been an ongoing thing. And this is your chance to kind of finally start to make it happen. It's not going to be without its challenges. And I feel like sometimes admitting that you want this is the biggest challenge of all. Having the courage to say, hey, I want this. This is important to me. This is what I need. And this is the direction that I want to go in. And you have been dreaming about this, struggling with this for a long time. And this is your chance to finally start to like make this move and make it happen. And again, say what you mean. You know, so really be clear. This is not telling you to kind of dance around and tiptoe in the idea. This is telling you like be direct, be straightforward. You know, sometimes we have ideas, we have thoughts, and we need permission in some way to go forward. Like we look for that permission, like, oh, I'm allowed to feel this way. I'm allowed to pursue this. I'm allowed to think this. And, you know, I think that this is your permission to go forward. It's your permission to have the courage to be authentic, be yourself, be true, say what you mean, and follow your dreams, follow what you want to do. Deck number 3, let's see what's cooking in your neck of the woods. Ooh, 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 ooh. I feel like the one thing that I want to say is, I feel like, okay, I'm getting like lots of specific stuff, so I'm trying not to be too specific on this because that might not apply to everybody who chose deck number 3. So let me just redirect my energy, because what I'm getting basically, what I'm really getting with this is like, I feel like you're I'm just going to tell you guys what I'm feeling because I have to get it out of my head or else I'm not going to be able to go forward. So here's what I'm getting. You're in a relationship that is not meeting your needs. You are satisfied in one aspect of the relationship, but you're not satisfied in any other aspects of the relationship. And it is time for you to just admit that to yourself. It's not going to get better. The person that you are involved with is not going to change. They're not going to grow. They're not going to do what they need to do. And you're just going to keep getting like disappointed. And I feel like, I'm not saying whether they love you or they don't love you. It's not that. It's more just like they're not going to change and give you what you need to be happy. So you're sacrificing yourself or selling yourself short to be in this relationship, but you're giving up so much. You got to think about what it is you're giving up to be with this person, and you got to let that go. And so it's really important to just be willing to love yourself enough to get yourself out of a situation that really is never going to give you what you want. And that's hard to do when feelings and emotions are involved, but it's really what needs to happen. So that is the reading that I was getting that was super specific. Let me try to do a general version of this with these cards and see what I'm getting. Basically, the generalized version that is not about that specific situation is that I feel like you're just kind of wasting time. Again, I feel like whatever it is in life that you asked about or that you're wanting to do, I feel like you're not doing what you need to do to make it happen. And I feel like it's, maybe it's that imposter syndrome that we all get. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's insecurity. But I feel like you're stopping yourself from living the life you want to live because you're afraid, insecure, and you don't believe that things are able to change. There's just a lot going on. So I feel like this is your time to stop that and to acknowledge and love yourself enough to make those changes. So I'm going to show you guys the cards. The first one is sexuality. The second one is procrastination. And the third one is self-love. Hopefully you guys can see this card. This is an absolutely stunning card. So again, I'm going to say to you guys, when I'm doing these cards, if you guys ever feel something different, like if you're feeling something different from what I say, then go for that. Go for whatever it is that you feel, because you may see something totally different when you get these cards, and it's okay to honor yourself. I just got caught up in my shirt. It's okay to honor yourself. You don't have to 100% go by what I say. Just know that you have the permission to steer your own course. So, are there any comments I need to know? Do we have a winner?
We have a winner, and there's
Yay!
there's a few comments. First, congratulations to Brianna. She won, and she gets the color yellow of this evening.
Oh my God, you guys.
In the comment section, it seems that Diana and Brianna were a little bit fixated on deck number 2. I could be wrong on the timing on this, but it seemed to be point on for what you were discussing about the cards that you had.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Well, congratulations, Brianna. I think you won 2 giveaways, so you have 20 minutes with me. So you guys, you got to come hard because Brianna is the girl to beat tonight. She is the girl to beat, so you guys got to work it. It's what time is it? What time is it? I need a time check.
You're at the 52-minute mark of your 2-hour program. You're doing great. Everybody
Awesome.
Take a minute and stretch your arms out because you're probably getting a little bit locked up. Okay, sit back down.
You gave them a second. Ooh, I just spit all over myself.
I have to confess, the doctor did put a comment in there because deck 3 seemed to be rather accurate. And so it seems that I'm not sure if I need to break up with me because my relationship with myself is going nowhere or whatever. So back to you.
Sometimes you do need to break up with yourself. And by that, I mean you just need to make a change. You need to make a change, and you need to be willing to let go of certain aspects of yourself that maybe aren't serving you very well. Like for me, for example, being the person that I said, I talked about 2 faults of mine this show. One was not always listening and thinking I know better. That is definitely a big flaw that I needed to break up with. And the second thing is being afraid of having emotional conversations, deep conversations, and stressful conversations. I used to avoid them like a plague and get scared of them. And now, I've let go of that too. Or sometimes I still struggle with that one, guys. But I'm trying. So, we all have flaws. It's okay. It's what makes us us. And we get these flaws from our experiences.
We'd also like to welcome a new subscriber this evening. Rosalie Downey has joined us.
Rosalie, welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. All right, guys. So we're gonna go back to doing pick a cards, and I want you guys to come up with some pick a card ideas. I'm gonna try to think of some myself, but I wanted to talk to you guys about a new segment on Sunday's show, and I don't know how you guys will feel about this, but I thought it was a good idea. So I wanted to talk to you guys about a hot topic, and the hot topic is there's a lot of talk, and I want you guys to be honest. I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of talk about what's going on lately with like being sensitive to people in TV shows and things like that. And the latest thing going around is talking about, cancel culture and canceling Miss Piggy and canceling Pepe Le Pew. It started with Pepe Le Pew, and then it kind of went over to Miss Piggy. And anybody who knows me knows I like Miss Piggy. And I wanted to know what you guys think about this. Should we cancel Pepe Le Pew? Should we cancel Miss Piggy? Now, for those of you who don't know, Miss Piggy and Pepe Le Pew were both considered very pushy when it came to making advances on the opposite sex. Pepe Le Pew would, chase down a girl and hold her and not let her go. And Miss Piggy was very, very fresh and pursuant of Kermit the Frog, as well as most male guests on the show. And Miss Piggy takes it a step further than Pepe Le Pew, because she definitely did some spousal abuse or whatever, domestic violence toward Kermit. So I want to know what you guys think about this topic. I would really like to hear your thoughts and on this and other TV shows. A while ago everybody was talking about Gone with the Wind, and then people were talking about other shows, and should they be canceled? Should they be scrubbed? Should they be edited? Should they be, should there just be an announcement beforehand that says like, hey, this was a different time and a place, blah, blah, blah. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I especially am curious to know, because I think that this is something that's just an interesting topic to talk about. I think that there's a lot of YouTube videos talking about shows that were on the air 20, 30 years ago, and how like the jokes that they made wouldn't fly today. Even jokes in Friends, that a lot of the jokes on Friends wouldn't be necessarily considered appropriate or kind or, funny today like they were when the show was popular back in the early 90s or early 90s to early 2000s. So I'm just curious what you guys are thinking about that. The Doctor, you can weigh in on your thoughts about this. But I thought it'd be a fun, interesting topic while I frantically think about the next pick a card I want to do. So let's talk about this.
A couple of ideas that were pointed out earlier regarding pick a topic, or pick a card, I should say, is Diana suggested we talk about spirits' meaning when they are around you, and message for maybe a love forecast from the universe, so that as a pick a topic for your next pick a card.
Thank you.
A couple of comments that have come in regarding the current topic of sensitivity and culture. Jennifer Leeton has pointed out that absolutely not, and Brianne and Nicole has said no, and followed up with the cat got Peppy back. For my insertion here, we're becoming a very gray society where there is absolutely no definition to be able to have an opinion, and we're starting to take a look into what made us who we are, and we're losing that Americana about us. Taking a look at the movie Dumbo, for example, we're going to be losing beautiful segments of jazz scat, a type of music, which is absolutely fascinating because of sensitivity. And I don't want to go into one side or the other. I will take a look at Miss Piggy and Pepe Le Pew very specifically, as you pointed out. Miss Piggy, she was just a very fun, assertive individual as a female character, to be able to be assertive and supportive, to be able to pull out the better of Kermit, where he may have been a very timid and introverted person. She always saw the better of him, in my opinion, from my observation. And Pepe Le Pew was just going after what he thought was absolutely beautiful, but we also take a look at it as love bombing nowadays. So maybe there's a thread of narcissism there, but I don't see that it ever hurt me or anybody else. I don't know. That's my observation without going in depth.
Well, I think that was a good observation. I'm going to tell you guys what I think. Personally, I think I loved Miss Piggy growing up. I thought she was a beautiful, assertive, amazing. I loved how she would karate chop, and I remember being a kid and just thinking she was so glamorous and beautiful and amazing. Um, I personally don't think that any of these shows should be scrubbed. I think that we are an evolving culture. We are constantly changing, evolving, and I think that to deny that history and deny where we come from and deny what we used to be like is not a good thing, because history repeats itself, and I think that we need to learn, like, oh, this is what it was like back then. Now, I think in certain circumstances, if you want to put a little thing like, hey, there's a disclaimer, there's some subject matter here that you might not like, or this is what happened and this is why it was like this, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing, because I think for up and coming generations to understand like why this is in a movie and what it was like back then and have a little bit of an explanation, I don't think that that's a bad thing. As far as the violence thing, as far as the Muppets are concerned, Jim Henson liked putting violence in all of the Muppets. They were all violent to each other, and he kind of compared it to cartoon violence. He did it because it was funny, it was comical, but he knew that it was like not real. It was not based on real things. He knew that the audience knew that nobody was really getting hurt, and it was just a matter of like good fun. And I could see that. I've ever watched the Muppets and thought like, wow, like I feel violated by the violence that they're doing. I can see where some people might have an issue with Miss Piggy and Pepe Le Pew being too pursuant, because that things are different these days. But I also feel like I don't think that it would have been considered too much back then. And I really I don't know. I think that if you want to put a warning, put a warning, but I don't think that anything should be scrubbed or changed. I think we need to see how society was and how things were, and how we're changing and evolving. But I think that we always need to have that understanding of the past. I think it's the part of who we were. And I think to cut it off, we wouldn't be able to see the things that have changed, the things that have grown, and the places that we've been. I think that we would be doomed to repeat a lot of the mistakes that we made in the past if we don't remind ourselves that they happened. That's my opinion. That's my thoughts about it. But I will continue to watch the Muppets. I was never really a big Pepe Le Pew fan. Sorry, guys. Just it wasn't really my thing ever. I'm not really a big Looney Tunes person. But I will continue to watch the Muppets. But I have to say, I'm more fond of the Jim Henson era Muppets than I am the modern Muppets. I feel like those are not my Muppets. My Muppets are the Jim Henson Muppets. Those are the ones I grew up with. Those are the ones I love. And those are the ones that I watch. The newer ones I'm not as keen on. I feel like they just don't have the same magic to me. And that is my 2 cents. So let's do a pick a card, a love forecast. So Diana, I want to address you. You asked about spiritual things. I'm not a medium. I don't really know anything about stuff like that. I don't know why spirits are around. It could be that they're trying to give you a message. It could be that, I don't know. I really don't. I'm not a medium, so I don't know. I don't do spiritual stuff. But I can definitely do the love forecast for you guys. And we're going to do 2 love polls. We're going to do singles and couples, because I just think that you can get a better, more accurate representation when we do it that way. Which cards do I want to use? Let's pull these babies out. Actually, yeah, let's pull these out. All right. So the first one we're going to do is our singles, and then we're going to do our couples. Ooh. I almost dropped my cards. I like our Sunday shows because I feel like the topics go like everywhere. We always tend to talk about random things. I brought up this topic this week, but I like it when we just kind of go veering off on different things. It usually tends to be something that's more pop culture-y, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes we talk about dreams or we talk about different things. But it's always a good time. All right, guys, we're going to do the reading for the single people first.
Just an insert you made mention of if everybody had a good weekend, and so I'll chime in. My weekend was amazing. I actually reached my first goal of 100 subscribers on my Instagram.
Oh, that's
And
great.
two great pop-up event, well, a pop-up event and a regular event. So two really great days in a row. The weather cooperated after being cold and blustery, and the city council made a determination and passed an ordinance that my part of the country now has two seasons officially, winter and August.
Well, that's amazing. You guys, if you want to go follow him on Instagram, if you want to share your Instagram name to contribute to his 100 followers, that's amazing. I had a really good weekend too. My TikTok has been doing really well. I'm almost up to 200 followers, which is pretty good for me. I'm happy about that. And I do some fun videos over there if you guys are interested. And I've been in a really good mood the last couple of days, so I've just been feeling really positive and happy. Anybody else want to share what their weekend has been like? And while you guys are sharing, I'm going to just say that this is going to be a pick a card reading for singles. So if you are single, this is for you guys. So we're going to do deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. So again, deck number 1, 2, and 3. This is for my single people. All right, deck number 1, 2, and 3. All right, deck number 1. Deck number 1, I feel like I feel like there's somebody that you're talking to or dealing with that isn't being honest with you. I know that this is not somebody you're in a relationship with, but maybe somebody that you want to be in a relationship with or you're hoping to be in a relationship with. But the feeling that I get is that they're not being honest. And I feel like it's important for you to kind of acknowledge this and be willing to kind of aim higher, is what I want to say, because I feel like you're not really, I think you know them, but I don't think you really know them, and I feel like you're going to find out more. So here's what I want to say to you, and what the cards are telling you is ask for clarity. Ask the universe for clarity. Ask the universe to show you what you need to know about this person. So here's this first card, this perception. It's like, oh, everything is wonderful. And then this card is showing, prayers. Well, it looks real funky because of the green screen, sorry. But it's basically showing you that you need to kind of ask for clarity, ask for more information, ask for what you need about this person. And this last card, this tricky, it's a green dragon, and it's basically trickery. And I feel like this is telling me that you're thinking things are one way when they're really not. And I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to get burned. So I would just be very cautious with whoever you're talking to or dealing with. And I'm not saying they're dangerous or anything. I just think that it's not like they're not the person you think they are. And, we tend to, when we first meet somebody and we're first talking to somebody, whether it's online or whatever, we tend to idealize that person. We're like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm talking to Jeff now. And, oh, it's so great. And, you're imagining things the way you want them to be. And you kind of put that person on a pedestal. You idealize them. And I would just be a little cautious and just take your time with that. I am feeling that you're going to meet somebody. I feel like there's going to be somebody coming your way, but I honestly feel like you just have to sharpen up your radar a little bit so that you can, pick out and attract the people that are maybe a bit more like ready for a relationship. And I feel like, don't feel like you have to like just pick from like a certain group. Like, you be more open, cast a wider net, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Deck number 2. Deck number 2. I feel like things have not, I feel like you're frustrated. I feel like you've been alone for a while. You're feeling like almost like you've been alone so long you're kind of used to being alone. You have that understanding of like, I'm alone. This is just my life. This is the way my life is going to be. And I feel like you have, you want to have faith that that person is coming your way, but you also have short bursts of faith and then get followed by like, oh, I'm so frustrated because I haven't met that person. So I feel like the one thing that I want to say to you is, this is going to sound a little bit shallow, so just please forgive me. But I feel like you have to really think about, if you really want this relationship, you have to think about how you're going. And this is just the instinct that I'm getting. How you're going out in public. What you look like when you go out in public. Are you dressing yourself nicely? Are you going out and not caring? Are you in a good energy when you go out? Are you, I feel like your outer needs to match your inner. Your inner is beautiful. Your inner is amazing. Your inner personality is fabulous. I just feel like when you're going out, you're just not caring about the details. And I feel like the details are the thing that makes the first impression, that gets the person to walk over to you and say, hey, how you doing? Oh, well. And I feel like you need to kind of work on your outer a little bit. I'm not saying you have to lose weight. I'm not saying you have to change your appearance, your physical appearance. It's just, think about what you're wearing when you go out of the house. Make sure you brush your hair. Make sure that you are not wearing a shirt that's all stained up. Like, I feel like you just need to spiff up that outer appearance just a little bit. And I hate giving that advice because it does sound shallow, but I feel like sometimes that's just what's needed. And I feel like you get into a comfort zone and you get used to just wearing the same old thing or doing the same old thing. And I feel like it may be time to kind of look at the outer package that you're presenting and think about how you would feel about looking at that outer package. And like, again, it's not a physical thing about your body. It's not like losing weight. It's not, anything related to that. It's more about the attitude you wear and the clothing you wear. And you don't have to go out and buy expensive clothing. You can totally, just wear just clean, neat clothing that just looks like you're making a little bit more of an effort. Ugh, I feel so uncomfortable giving this reading right now. I'm sorry, guys. But this is what I'm feeling and I have to just give it to you. So just know I'm not trying to do judgment or anything. A lot of the shirts and stuff that I wear, I get on ThreadUp that are like $6. So it's not like, it's just about making a neat appearance. That's what I'm getting. I feel so awkward giving that reading. I'm sorry. Deck number 2, please forgive me. Deck number 3. Deck number 3, I feel like you are going to be I feel like you're going to be getting into another relationship very soon. You may either already know the person or you're going to meet them very soon. But it is like soon. And I feel like you are still holding on to a lot of baggage. You're still holding on to like the feelings of like waiting for the other shoe to drop, or why love somebody when love doesn't work out. I feel like you're holding on to a lot of that negativity. And I feel like the person who's either coming into your life or already there, and I feel like they may be already there, you don't want to push them away. You just want to kind of understand where you might be doing a little bit of self-sabotage or imposter syndrome and work on that a little bit more, because I feel like that's the area of your life where you need to make some changes. I feel like things are going well. You're on the right track. Just, know that you got to let go of the past and allow yourself to be free from that baggage and free from, that baggage, that negative energy that's kind of holding you back. But the person is either, like I said, in your life or coming into your life any minute. And I feel like you're going to be in a real relationship very soon. It's like you're almost there. All right. This is for my people who are in a relationship. My couples. Let's see. All right, guys, here we go. This is for my couples. Deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. Again, deck number 1, number 2, and number 3. And this is for you guys. Deck number 1. You know what? You're feeling very frustrated right now. God, why? You're feeling very frustrated right now. And I feel really strongly that the relationship you're in, you feel very committed to. Like, you really feel committed to be in this relationship, and you really want to be in this relationship, but I don't feel you're happy in this relationship. I feel you're in it because you just feel like you committed yourself and you have to see it till the end, and perhaps you're hoping they change. I don't think you really think they're ever going to change. I think you know they're not going to change. I think that you're just thinking like, I'm just stuck. I made this commitment. I'm stuck. And I think there's a lot of fear about what would happen and the repercussions if you left. You feel I can't stress it enough. You feel stuck. Here's what I'm going to say to you. I really feel like you don't have to be in this relationship. You don't have to stay in this relationship. I feel like if you know you're in a bad situation and you know that it's not going to get better, and I feel you know that it's not going to get better, you're not being negative. I just think you're being realistic. I feel like it's important for you to allow yourself to start to grow and accept the fact that at some point you're going to leave this relationship. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but it's going to happen eventually. As much as you're trying to cling to that tradition and cling to that commitment, eventually things are going to get bad enough that you just can't anymore. And I want you to be prepared for that day when it happens. I want you to be prepared. So what I would say to you is start growing your career, start growing your bank account, start growing things, just start growing. So here's the cards that I'm getting for you. Okay, I'm just going to put this out there in case you want to say and interpret them a different way. The first card is Destiny, and this is where I feel like you feel this commitment, this connection, like that you can't leave, like it's your destiny to be in this relationship. This is this other card, this Growth, and I feel like this is representative of where you are right now, representing where you are right now, and that you need to focus on your own personal growth so that you can make yourself stronger, so that you can move on. And this other card right here, this Despondence, I feel like this is representing kind of your future if you stay in this relationship, that it's not going to get better, that it's just going to continue to get worse, and you know this and you're aware of this, and that's why you feel so stuck and so unhappy. But you just have to take yourself and go forward. Gosh, guys, again, deck number 2, I feel like right now you're just feeling really stuck and unhappy and overwhelmed. And I feel like I want to tell you that the relationship you're in is not in a good place, but I feel like it actually will improve and get better. But I feel like you may have to do some effort to make it better. It's not going to get better on its own. It may require you to put in that effort to manifest and to make things better. And I'm so sorry if you guys are wondering why I said this relationship is doomed and this relationship is fixable. It's because the person over here, there's no love, there's no loyalty. Whereas the person in this deck, I feel like there is love and loyalty. I just think that there's a lot of drama and stress that has been happening. And so I feel like you guys have both dealt with a lot of losses, and I feel like you're both just in a bad state. Like you're both grieving. You're both just in not a good state. You're dealing with a lot of loss. You're dealing with a lot of stress. But I am feeling like it will get better. You're not stuck, and it will improve. So it's just, it may take some time, but it will get better. Again, deck number 3. I feel like your relationship is not in the best place right now either, but I do feel like it will improve. I feel like there's a lot of reflecting, like, oh man, things were so great back then. Oh, so nice when we had this. It was so nice when this was happening. And I feel like there's a lot of focus on how the past was good and the present is not. And I feel like that is just not a good place. You never want to feel like your past is better than your present. That is a bad place to be, because that means that you're setting yourself up for more misery in the future. So you never want to look back on your past like, man, those were the days. You always want to think like, yeah, that was good, but this is great too, and tomorrow's going to be better. And I feel like you're just stressing out because it's been a while since things have been good, and I feel like you don't feel that same connection that you once did, and there's been a lot of stress involved. But I am feeling like that's going to get better. I do feel things are going to turn around. I definitely feel like there's going to be some exterior, I want to say, forces that are going to turn around and make things better, make things more improved. I feel like there's going to be some big, changes coming through that actually loosen things up and make things better. So you guys will kind of be on a better foot. So this first card is confirmation, and I feel like this is a grief card. It's grieving about the past, and this card is complacency, which is basically getting rooted in your negative beliefs and just thinking constantly about the past. But this is like a miraculous card. I don't know if you guys can see it because of the lights and the green screen. There you go. But this is about, that new miracle, that change coming into your life and helping make changes and improvements. So guys, I'm sorry. That was a rough pull. There's a lot of drama going on, and I apologize. Not apologize, but I feel genuinely, heartfeltly sorry for any struggles that you guys are going through. I know that it's been challenging lately, and I think that dealing with COVID and quarantine has brought out the better and the worst in a lot of relationships, and I think that that's just kind of what you're dealing with, and I just wish you guys all the best, my singles and my couples. I want you guys to all be happy. Now we're going to do a trick where I pour water into a bottle. Let's see.
Watch as you don't see her hands move or anything else below the screen, and the water moves from one container to another.
It's a magical thing. Hold on.
Everybody had finally chimed in about their weekend. Diana was gardening and working through the weekend.
Ooh.
And Hollering Industries, but give a big shout out. It was his birthday over the weekend, so he worked.
Oh, yes.
It seems to have worked most of the weekend, but he got to spend the birthday with the family. So happy birthday, Hollering. And if this is just a personal observation, I love the man's artwork. This stuff is just like amazing. So maybe someday I'll see him at a Comic-Con. Hint. So in any case, Brianna chimed in on one item, and I think it was regarding the the singles. Pick a card, and I think it was over on deck 2 regarding clarity, asking the universe for clarity. So her comment was, so I've been told, but doesn't know where else to aim. She's been asking for clarification for weeks and nothing. So maybe if you have any insight, this might be able to be a good time to help out and add that there.
Sure.
Brianna had also a weird weekend, and that's it for the weekend comments.
Well, I'm glad that you guys didn't have too bad of a weekend, although a very weird weekend. Brianna, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Are you talking about the singles deck? Or are you talking about the couples deck? Or are you talking about which poll were you talking about, so I can try to give a little more clarity?
I believe it was on the singles deck. I'm going to wait for her to chime in up here real quick.
Oh, okay. I remember. The singles deck was basically just about adjusting your outer appearance to match your inner appearance. So, I'm going to show you guys a picture so I can show you what I'm talking about.
And also in that spread, deck 1, 2, or 3 was something about asking the universe for clarity about what's going on with the person. It was definitely the singles poll.
Okay. Okay, so let's do that then. We'll just go into that then. Maybe that's what she wanted to know. Thank you for that. Let's do a universal poll asking. I'm going to just do this generally. Where is my... trying to keep myself organized so I don't drop anything. I'm going to ask for clarity about what your point of interest is thinking about. So let me think about what deck I want to use for that. I think I want to use my Moonology cards if I can find them. There they are. Okay. So we're going to ask what your POI, your point of interest, POI is your point of interest, is
Was deck
from,
one.
okay, it was deck one. So basically, what your POI is thinking about you. I'm going to ask, what your POI is thinking about you. We'll just do that, and that might help clear things up for you. I also want to do a time check. What time is it?
It is 24 minutes past the second hour, so you've got about 36 minutes left in your broadcast.
Yes. Okay, cool. Thank you. So I want to do the third giveaway before we do that pick a card, just to get the juices flowing. So again, we're going to do our third giveaway. This is a beautiful tarot card. And whoever is the first person to correctly identify this tarot card will win 10 minutes of reading with me. You need to be over 18, you need to be from the United States, and you need to subscribe to this channel. So if you want to be entered in this giveaway, you can comment what card you think this is. It is a major arcana card, so the first person who correctly identifies this card is going to be the winner, and you can enter as many times as you want to, but you have to do it once per comment. Sorry, I just dinged the card. The microphone, I mean. All right. Let's get this going, and this is going to be a pick a card about what your POI, point of interest, is feeling about you. All right. Here we go. All right, and this is reading basically their perspective, what they're feeling, what they're thinking about you. This is deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. So again, deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. Here we go. All right. We're going to start with deck number 1. The first thing that I get immediately when I look at this, and I'll tell you what the cards are because sometimes I forget to do that. Your loved ones are safe. And that is the new moon in Cancer. Have faith in your dreams, and that is the waxing crescent moon. And your dreams need a practical plan, and that is a full moon in Taurus. So when I look at these cards and I tune into your POI, what I'm getting is this. They care about you a lot. They have deep feelings for you. They care about you. You're important to them. But I feel like on some level, they don't feel like they're good enough for you. They don't feel like they're capable of giving you what you need. They're afraid of failure. They're afraid of failing you. And I feel like sometimes they may push away or pull away because of that. I feel like they have deep-rooted insecurities, and I feel like they are afraid of failing you and afraid of disappointing you. And I feel like they've dealt with this a lot in their life, maybe with a parent, but I feel like they just have a deep-rooted issue of failure. I feel like they may be very flaky, kind of on again, off again, and I feel like it's because sometimes they feel better and more secure, and that's where they are willing to go forward and be around you, and then other times they just totally just disappear. I feel like this person, it is possible to fix things with this person, but I feel like you need to be very straightforward with them and hold them accountable for their behavior and say, look, I think you have fears. I'm willing to help you. I'm willing to talk to you about them. I'm willing to listen to you. But, you have to be willing to work with me and trust me and be willing to help me or let me help you deal with these fears so that you can overcome them so that we can have something. And I feel like that's kind of the direction that you need to go in. But the reason they're acting the way they're acting is because they're just very afraid and very insecure, and they don't know what to do with themselves. And I feel like they have had this problem for a long time, and you're very special and important to them. and they're afraid of failing you. Deck number 2, what is your POI thinking about you? Deck number 2, I'm so sorry. I don't feel like your person of interest is wanting to go forward. I feel like they see you as their past, and I feel like they need to let you go. The sense that I get is that they care about you a lot, and I feel like they care about you. I feel like they see you as, valuable, but they don't feel like you guys are meant for each other. They don't see you as somebody that they're like meant to be with. They feel like you guys could maybe be friends, but they're just not feeling that. They just don't feel that love. They may love you. I don't think they're in love with you, and I don't feel like they're feeling that desire to continue. They kind of feel like you guys have grown apart. So the cards that I'm getting for you as a new start is coming, and this is from their perspective, and this is what they're focused on, and they want that new start. They want to make changes. They want to focus on the new, work through the fears. They do have fears of letting you go and fears of change, but they're willing to do that. And unfortunately, don't let your past hold you back. And this is about them, feeling like they need to move on, and feeling also that you need to move on. They don't wish you any ill will. They don't wish you to fail. They want you to be happy. They just don't feel like you guys are right for each other. And deck number 3, this is what your POI is thinking about you. They're very immature. Let me start there. I feel like the person that you care about and have feelings for, they have feelings for you too. They really do. But I feel like they are always looking for validation. Validation from their friends, validation from their families, maybe even validation from you. And I do feel like they want to have you in their life. And I feel like this is something that is ongoing. They think about this all the time. And I feel like they're looking for permission to feel something for you and to feel like it's okay. It's hard to say this, but they're like looking for almost like a guarantee. Like, I guarantee that if you get in this relationship with me, everything is going to be perfect and you're going to be happy and it's going to be great. They're looking for some kind of crazy guarantee that you can't give them. So, but I feel like that they're just looking for some kind of confirmation. Sounds horrible to say it, but it is what it is. They're very immature, and they're kind of, they don't feel comfortable fully investing and going forward until they feel like other people in their life are okay with it, and they feel like they're going to be supported in this decision. And that may be the reason why they're so flaky, or they haven't come forward yet, because they're looking for that support. I feel like they're going to get that support, and I feel like everything will be okay, but that's what they're looking for. That's like the issue that they're having. They're looking to get that support. That's their issue. So hopefully that cleared things up for you guys, and I hope that made things a bit more easy. So I'm trying to think what we didn't touch on. Oh, what we didn't touch on. Let's do. Okay, would you rather do? Would you rather do what your dreams are trying to tell you? Pick a card based on what your dreams are trying to tell you, or would you rather do pick a card based on what? I'm trying to think what another one. I had another one in my head, but then I realized we already did it. Okay, would you rather do pick a card on what I just said, which I just forgot? Oh, a message. What did I say it was? I totally forgot what I just said.
From your dreams.
Thank you. What your dreams are trying to tell you, or would you rather do pick a card based on your chakras and what chakra you need to work on and what chakra you need to balance? So would you rather do chakras, or would you rather do what your dreams are trying to tell you? Let me know. Comment below. And we still have that giveaway going on.
Not anymore. We do have a winner, and congratulations goes to Jennifer Leeton. She guessed the Magician.
Woohoo! There you go, Jennifer. This card looks really funky in this green screen, but that is the card, the Magician. So congratulations, Jennifer. You won our third giveaway. You have 10 free minutes. And I chose this card in honor of our co-host, the doctor. So congratulations to you, Jennifer. You won 10 minutes. I'll get in contact with you. We'll make arrangements. So guys, let me know what you guys think, what reading you're more interested in.
It's quite overwhelming. It's unanimous. Let's go with dreams. Everybody would like to know about what our dreams are trying to tell us.
Ooh.
So let's go to Slumberland. Okay. Let's focus.
What'd you say? Oh, Slumberland.
Yeah. Let's welcome ourselves to Slumberland. It's right next door to Wonderland, but not as scary.
Yeah, Wonderland is freaky, you guys. It's freaky. Did you guys see the movie Inside Out? I loved how they did the dream sequence. The way the brain creates dreams is so cute. That movie was so cute. I love that segment especially, but the movie in general is very cute. Inside Out. Adorable. Really, really cute movie. All right, so what your dreams are trying to tell you. We're going to use our Spellcaster Oracle cards because I don't know. We haven't used them yet, so we're going to use them tonight. All right, guys, here we go. What your dreams are trying to tell you. And, sometimes dreams can be very, very confusing, and you don't always know how to interpret. And what I would say is, if you have very intense, heavy dreams, I would highly suggest that you have a notebook by your bed. So when you wake up, you can write down all the details. Because after you're awake and walking around for a while, you'll kind of forget a lot of your dreams. You'll forget a lot of the details, and so you want to write them down, and then you can take your time and look through and look up in the dream dictionary, the different meanings and stuff that your dreams represent. It's definitely an interesting thing to do. I want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys remember dreams that you've had like years ago? Like, is there a dream that just stuck with you? Like that you remember it for like years and years and years? Something like maybe that you dreamt when you were a kid or a teenager or whatever. I'm just curious about that. I want to know if you guys have any like long dream memories. Also, I want to know, have you guys ever had sleep paralysis? Is that something you guys have ever dealt with? Because I dealt with it a ton when I was younger, and it was not a fun time. So I'm curious about those things. Inquiring minds want to know. I'm just looking at these cards and I'm saying some interesting dreams you guys are having. Also, does anybody here dream in black and white? Because I know that a lot of people talk about like, oh, I dream in color. And I'm like, I've always dreamed in color. Is anybody dreaming in black and white? I'm really curious about that. Is that like a thing that people dream in black and white?
Only when it's an old-time movie and when I was really, really younger before color television came around.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I get you. All right, here we go, guys. This is what your dreams are trying to tell you. This is deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. Deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. Here we go, guys. This is going to be good. I'm excited. I'm looking at these cards, and I'm getting excited. All right, deck number 1. What your dreams are trying to tell you, wow, is that you need to focus more on developing your spirituality and developing your gifts and your energy. So the first card that I'm getting for you is healing. And I think your dreams are trying to, a lot of times if we don't get closure in life, if we don't get the benefit of closure, our dreams will try to give it to us. And we may not understand that that's what they're trying to do. We may be like, why do I keep dreaming about this person? I don't even like them. The dream is trying to bring them into your focus to help you get the closure you need. So I feel like your dreams are trying to help you get closure. They're trying to help you heal. They're trying to help you move forward. That's the purpose of this whole situation. So that's the first thing. Second thing is animals. And so animals to me, I feel like, I don't think this means like you're supposed to be a vet or anything, but what I'm getting is the thing about animals is like primitive, natural instincts, health, vitality. And I feel like your dreams are telling you to focus on cleansing yourself, taking care of yourself, your vitality, your health, and kind of gearing yourself up, because you're meant to have a bigger purpose. You're meant to do grander things in this world, and your dream, your subconscious mind is trying to get you ready, to live this life that you're meant to live. And this other thing is your life purpose. And this is about, obviously your life purpose, growing and grounding and putting down roots and starting a path for yourself. So what your dreams are meaning is basically, they're trying to help you let go of the past, grow and center yourself, get into your kind of primal form, your most raw, so that you can be at your best, your most purest, so that you can get rid of all the bullshit and focus on going forward and having your truth, your true dream, your true focus, your true purpose. So that is deck number 1. Deck number 2. Deck number 2, you may be having some funky dreams, and I feel like you're getting messages from your past lives. I feel like there are messages that are being driven your way from your past lives about how can I say this? I feel you've been through a lot in this life. I feel you've been through a lot in your past life. And I feel like your dreams are kind of telling you, like, stick up for yourself, draw boundaries, be strong. You don't have to take any crap from anybody. I feel like that's kind of what your dreams are trying to say to you. It's like they're trying to help you to learn that you're not stuck in the past anymore. You're in a different time. You're in a different place. Sometimes when our soul has been through something a lot, we tend to kind of keep going with it. So like if you've always been poor, you may have a poor mentality. If you've always been a servant, you may have a servant mentality and be like a over pleaser. These things just kind of stick with us if we've been something too much. And I feel like in this situation, it's about really getting in touch with your past life, and they're trying to, other parts of your soul, the recesses of your soul, your subconscious, who you are, they're trying to get you out of these patterns, and they're trying to help you to be strong. So the second card that I got, the first card I got is confidence. Confidence. And the second card that I got is boundaries. And the third card that I got is spirit guide. So to me, this is kind of representing, it could be your spirit guide, but I feel it's more a past life issue. And it's about, clarifying you have the right to feel the feelings that you're feeling. You have the right to take up the space that you're taking. You have the right to be happy. You have the right to be at peace. You have the right to live your life the way you want to. And this is about you taking ownership of that. And I feel like your dreams may have been extremely stressful and difficult, and it's all about you kind of fighting against that, taking ownership and being strong in who you are, and standing up for yourself, creating those boundaries. Deck number 3, let's see what your dreams are saying. Deck number 3. Deck number 3. Your dreams are encouraging you to continue your path, continue your journey, go forward. So the first card that I'm getting is transformation. This card is stunning. I could totally put that on my wall and be a happy camper. Gorgeous card. So this is about, obviously, transformation, going from the caterpillar to the butterfly, and it's about continuing that journey. So Deck number 3, I feel like you've gotten this far. And so you're doing good. You're definitely doing good. But your dreams are telling you, like, keep going. You're not done yet. And, keep on that journey. Don't lose your momentum. Second thing is manifestation. And manifestation can be manifesting money, manifesting a partner, manifesting success, manifesting, better health. It could be manifesting whatever you want to manifest. And your dreams are trying to, like, lead you in that direction. Like, you're powerful. You can do this. And the last thing is well-being. And it's about you, again, kind of going for your own sense of well-being and you deciding what well-being means to you. But I feel like your dreams are trying to affirm you. So you may be having dreams about being famous, or maybe having dreams about what you want to achieve, or being in a big, beautiful house or whatever. And I feel like this is your mind telling you, like, this is where you belong. This is your life. This is what you need. And so I feel like it's like they're trying to help you to continue the journey that you've started, to have the confidence to continue on the path that you've already started to go down and not give up. And I feel like, maybe you're at the verge of giving up and they're telling you not to. That's what I feel your dreams are telling you guys. So I want to ask you guys, I know I asked you again about do you have any remembrance of dreams from your past, from when you were a child or younger. And I'm just curious about that. But I also want to ask you guys, are there any dream symbols that you guys are interested in? Like, I always dream about, I don't know, I can't even think of an example. But is there any dream symbols that you guys would like to know about? So not like the whole dream, like every detail, but just like the basic symbol, like an apple or whatever. I'm curious to know if you guys have any symbols that you want to know about or that you'd like to talk about, because I think that could be super interesting. And I'm going to open it up to the doctor. Does he have any comments for me?
A few comments. Holler and Illustrations pointed out that, and I'm not sure if this is regarding a black and white dream or from sleep paralysis, but he did reply by saying once in it was freaky and does dream in color. So I'm going to assume that the once in freaky was regarding sleep paralysis.
Yeah, sleep paralysis is definitely scary.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Brianna dreamt she was in a cartoon. I'm just curious what cartoon it was. I'd love to hear about that. That would be interesting. Diana had one of her dreams was as a child being on a merry-go-round and her head would be chopped off. So no more Wonderland and no more vanilla pistachio before midnight, Diane. Just my observation, Diana. And the doctor had chimed in that he had 4 a.m. dreams. Not all of them are from childhood. One of the most recent ones was I had to eat a pineapple if I wanted to be like Danny Kaye. There's a funny story with that for some other time. You've got about 12 minutes left in the broadcast.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that it's interesting, the dreams that stick with you. I remember having a dream when I was a teenager. I think I was like 16 or whatever, and I had a dream that I was driving a car, and I think it might have been a past life thing, because I remember in the dream I was driving a car, which is weird for me because I'm legally blind, I can't drive, but in the dream I was driving a car, and I remember looking at myself in the mirror, and I had blonde hair, and like I was taller and thinner, and I had blonde hair. I just wasn't me. And in the dream, there was a guy next to me in the car, and we were just talking, whatever. And in the dream, I hit somebody. I ran somebody over. And in the dream, the girl that I ran over, she, like, after I ran her over, she got up, and she, like, looked at me and looked at the car, and she was like, oh, I'm not going to forgive you for this. And then I woke up. It was weird. But I don't know if that was a past life thing, some kind of guilt or something. I don't know what it is, but something weird. But I had that dream when I was like 16, and I never forgot it because it was just so freaky and weird.
Holler and Illustrations chimed in something about a dream of tornadoes, and Brianna confirmed the dream of the cartoon that she was in was Aladdin. Aladdin was the answer we were looking for.
Ooh, Aladdin. I want to be a princess. I want to be Disney princess. I think that it would be...
I'm thinking she would have been more the Sultan. She just seems to be a rather brave and strong leader.
That could be, actually. You're right. She could have been that. I should have asked her what she was. But I just, yeah. That would be interesting to know what character in Aladdin you played. But I think it would be fun and interesting to dream that you're a cartoon character. Like, that would just be so trippy and cool. I think that would be a dream that I'd always remember. I did actually have a dream one time, a very long time ago, that I was married to a talking iguana. Um, Anybody can analyze that if you want to, but I had a dream that I was married to a talking iguana, talking, singing iguana. Um, it might be a Muppet reference now that I'm thinking back at it. But as far as tornadoes, tornadoes in a dream represent change. It represents a change, being uprooted, maybe fear of change. But it depends on what happened with the tornado in the dream. But it basically represents a change in your life, and a change that you're maybe not in control of.
Water, I've heard, represents consciousness, and I wonder what multiple rooms, if they're in a dream, going from one room to another, seeing different aspects. I understand what a movie screen is, but different rooms, I've heard about that. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, I can. Well, when you dream of a house, the house represents yourself. And it depends on where you are in the house, and it represents different aspects of you. So, for example, if you're in the kitchen, that's the heart of the house. It represents your your emotional self, your heart. If you're in the attic, it represents your mind and your consciousness. If you're in the basement, it represents your subconsciousness. And different rooms represent different things. Like the bedroom talks about intimacy and sex, and the living room talks about how you are, perceived in your social life. So different aspects, different rooms, and going from room to room, it really would depend on exactly what was happening in the dream. But it could be about you doing some self-reflection and trying to figure yourself out, trying to learn about yourself. And so whenever you're dreaming of a house, the house represents you. And if the house is in, good condition, bad condition, a lot of people dream about houses. Like, I hear this so often, like, I dreamt that I was at my house, but it wasn't my house. And that happens all the time. It's like you're feeling at home in this house, and in the dream, it's your house. But in reality, it's not your house. And I think that that's the reason that you feel at home and you feel like it's your house is because in the dream, it's your house is representative of you and who you are. And that's why you feel at home there. And how the house looks, how you feel in the house is a good indication about how you feel about yourself.
That's interesting. Well, now I need to go back into the basement and clear out some of that garbage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We all do that. We all need to go to the basement and clear out some junk for sure. And yeah, water does represent consciousness in a dream. It also represents emotions. So, if you're on top of the water, it represents more your conscious mind. If you're underwater, it represents your subconscious mind. And the way the water is behaving represents your emotional state. So if the water is still, then it represents calm or maybe stagnance, depending on what the water looks like. If the water is like raging, it could represent anger or anxiety. So just you guys can kind of imagine what water does and how it behaves and what that could represent in your life. If
few
you've ever
comments
dreamed.
that came in during your explanations include Brianna, when I mentioned the bit with the pineapple and Danny Kaye. Brianna mentions that she'd rather be Bing Crosby. And Diana also pointed out she doesn't eat nuts, so the pistachio ice cream didn't affect her, and she no longer has that dream, so the nuts had nothing to do with it. My apologies. She also loves Danny Kaye. Brianna elaborated a little bit more on her dream about Aladdin. She was just watching Aladdin, and the Sultan and Aladdin was holding a giant pickle. Diana made mention that one of her dreams was Miss Piggy kissing Kermit, and seems that few of us like pickles. And cool. Pickles are something you make in the summertime around August, in case anybody want to know. There's actually a guide to it, and there's certain, like the second or third week during the heat.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I thought you could make pickles like whenever. That is very interesting to know.
Old Hungarian.
Oh, it's an old Hungarian thing?
Yeah, tradition.
Well, I can imagine that a pickle could represent lots of different things in a dream.
Especially on a sandwich. It's really good from what I heard, and potato chips. It's amazing.
A
We've got
pick.
about 6 minutes left for this evening. We can talk about pickle recipes, and I can also give a shameless plug to be able to find me at Braun Air on Instagram, and I'll actually type that in later on. So thank you
Yeah,
very much
definitely
for
do.
that.
Definitely do. He works. He's in. He does. He works in Apple Valley. Is that where you are? Apple Valley, and he has
Yes,
a
Pearl Florida. Yeah.
wonderful bread company. He makes delicious, unique, amazing breads. Um, so if you guys are in that area, go hunt him out. It's worth your time. But let's do another pick a card reading. This is something that I haven't done in a while. So I'm going to pull out my magic cards. Where are they? These are my Making Magic cards. They are Making Magic, Manifesting Your Dreams. So these cards are not like typical tarot cards or oracle cards. They are designed to help you find direction, designed to help you center and find direction and figure out what you need to focus on, so to speak. So I'm going to give these a little shuffle, and then we're going to do a little pick a card. And we're going to see what's going on. So I'm going to, these cards are so hard to shuffle, you guys. Let me just try to give them a good old shuffle. Okay. So I'm going to bring out 4 cards. Usually I just do 3, but I'm feeling a little fancy. So we'll do 4 today. And the way these cards work is they just give you an idea of what you need to focus on, what's important in your life right now, and what would be best suited for you to kind of focus on in this moment, okay? So here we go. If you guys like to meditate, the symbols on these cards are really great to look at while you meditate. So if you have your phone in your hand and you're watching on your phone or even on your computer, get ready to take a screenshot. So we have 4 cards here, deck number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Just clear your mind, take a deep breath, and just allow the universe to move through the energy to guide you to choose the card that you need to look at. Again, this is deck number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. And let's begin. Deck number 1, you have to focus on one enchanted evening. I said that in such a funny way. One enchanted evening, the perfect night. So let me just show you here. And I feel like with this is about self-care. So take that screenshot right now. All right. This is about self-care. So basically, you're being guided to focus on your own self-care. If you're in a relationship, it could be self-care for the both of you or self-care for your kids. It doesn't have to just be about you. And they do say perfect night in here, but that you don't have to focus on being perfect. You just have to focus on creating a warm, comforting, happy environment, a good evening for yourself, whatever that means to you. Treat yourself. Give yourself that opportunity. Whoa, that card just fell. Hold on, guys. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. All right, we're back. So deck number 2, we have Triple Spiral, listening to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. So this is your call to strengthen your connection with the universe, whether you want to do that through meditation, whether you want to do that through journaling, but this is what you're being called. The universe has lots of insight for you, and you're being called now to start listening. Card number 3 is Breaking Bad Habits. It's so funny that that came up because that was in one of the readings, I think, for cancers. So Breaking Bad Habits, self-acceptance, excellent mental health, and letting go of vices. So that is what you need to focus. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, I apologize, guys. I didn't give you a chance to do your, for the triple spiral. Just in case you want this symbolism, just take your screenshot. I apologize. All right, and this one is Breaking Bad Habits. So if you are being guided to focus on breaking some bad habits, things that you need to let go of in your life. So you can use this symbol, take your screenshot, and you can use it while meditating. You can trace it, mark it into a piece of paper to put on your altar, your vision board. This will just help and aid you. And the last card is Happy Love, a joyful, stable partnership and good friends. So this is your thing to focus on. So focus on creating that energy and that space in your life for a happy relationship. And, sometimes you do have to create that space. We don't always want to make time. We always feel like we're too busy. And I think you're being guided to make some time and some space for that relationship to either flourish or to make space for that relationship to enter your life. All right, guys, I want to say thank you so much for joining me this evening. I think we had a really good time. I had a really good time. Did you have a good time, Doctor?
I always have a good time. I enjoy the show. I enjoy the interaction, and you've got a great group of people who always show up to be able to support you. Harmony is the one word that comes to mind when it comes to the broadcast.
Oh, that's so sweet. I like the idea of creating a really nice environment. I love how you guys stick up for each other, take care of each other, help each other out. I think that is the key. There is so much negativity and just negative vibes on the internet, and I'm glad that our show doesn't have that. If you enjoyed the show, tell your friends, bring them along. It's a really fun time, and share the wealth is what I always say. But I'm really glad that you guys decided to come and join. I want to say thank you to the doctor for helping me co-host. For those of you who are wondering, Erica is still going to be here on Wednesdays. I just decided to give her a break. She's trying to put herself through school, and she's not, she's dealing with some other stuff. So I just wanted to give her a break and not make her have to do 2 weeks or 2 days a week. So the doctor has decided to come on and help us out, and I am so appreciative of that.
Thank you for the privilege to be able to serve.
Aw, that's sweet. So you guys, I want you to have a great week. I want you to focus on the good, have gratitude, and for the love of God, make sure you think about some pick a card readings we can do for Wednesday. I need your help. And Wednesday's show is going to be interesting. We are going to be doing a fun meditation. Now you guys can let me know if you'd rather do a money manifesting meditation, or would you rather do something a little more fun and funky, like what your past life as an animal was. So I have a couple of different meditations that are pre-filmed in the can, and you guys let me know what you want. But do you guys want manifestation, or do you want what animal you were in a past life? I will probably put a poll up on my YouTube channel. So on my YouTube, so if you're subscribed, you'll see when I post that poll, and you could vote for it, or you can let me know right now. But I'm probably going to put an official poll up sometime soon, so that you guys all have a chance to vote and let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much. Thank you again, Doctor. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. What time is it now?
Time now is 8:02.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was like 8:02.
11:02 p.m. or 2 minutes past the hour.
I went back in time, you guys. It's only 8 o'clock.
The doctor has a TARDIS.
Yay! You always think about like the superpowers that you'd like to have if you could have any superpowers, and there's two that always come to mind. One is teleportation, because like, why not? I can't drive, I may as well teleport. And the other one is the power to control time, to stop time, to pause it, to speed it up, or to slow it down. I think that power and mastery over time is definitely something that I would really love.
I did my senior year, my final report, we had to pick a topic. We had 5 to choose from. And mine was on time and the non-existence of time. Then it's a unit of measure created by man. And time actually is not, it may be fluid. It's not time. It's actually just moments. If you were to actually try to make a film of your life, it's not going to flow. It's individual snapshots, moments. You can blink your eyes and see that moment. And that's how you can prove that. And so that film, you can stop at any given time. And we all have our own time machines. Memories would take us to our past. Dreams would take us to the future.
Oh, that's really interesting. That's a really interesting insight. Thank you for that. I think that that's really true.
And so, yeah, and, somebody's still on time. They can hear us. Time is not linear.
Yeah,
Brianna
that's so true. That is really true. Very interesting observation, you guys. All right, well, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to end the show, and I hope you guys enjoy your week.